welcome to my channel, The Active Old Fart. My name is Steve Herman. I was thinking this week that it would be remiss and even dishonest of me to expound on the many virtues of living here in Ecuador while avoiding some of the problems that you may encounter if you were to move to this area during retirement. So over the next videos, I not only want to mention some of the benefits of living in this country, but also mention some of the difficulties you may face while residing in Ecuador. First of all, let us consider some of the areas that most retirees choose to relocate. Ecuador is divided geographically into four parts: the Oriente or Amazon Basin to the east, the Sierra, which is the Andes region that splits the mainland down the middle, the coast to the west, and the Galapagos Islands that are located 600 miles off the coast. Of these regions, only two are chosen by retirees to migrate: the Sierra and the coast. The Oriente is sparsely populated and less appealing, while the Galapagos Islands are strictly regulated to residency. The most popular areas in the Sierra are Otavalo, about 100 kilometers north of the capital, Quito, Cuenca in the south, and Vilcabamba, which is considered a blue zone, an area that promotes longevity. On the coast, the most popular areas are Guayaquil and Salinas. One of the primary reasons for people retiring to Ecuador is the cost of living. Ecuador officially adopted the US dollar in September of the year 2000. Prior to that, they used the Ecuadorian sucre. At the time of the changeover, 25,000 sucres was equal to $1 US with triple-digit inflation. Secured loans had interest rates well over 30%. The switch resulted in a more stable monetary system and opened the door to foreign finance companies. Recent studies show that the cost of living index for Ecuador as a whole is 38.98% less than in the United States. Looking at the major cities, the cost of living index in Guayaquil is 48.10, in Quito 47.9, and in Cuenca 36.86. Rent in Ecuador is 69.63% lower on average than the United States. To provide a first-hand example of monthly expenses in Quito, I submit my personal data. I presently live in a 3-bedroom townhouse in a gated community with approximately 1,300 square feet of living space. My present rent is $480 per month, which has gradually increased from $350 per month when I moved into the present residence 5 years ago. My utilities run about $20 per month for electricity, $8 per month for water, and on average about $5 per month for propane gas, which is used to operate the water heater and stove. After adding other items such as internet and cell phone, my living expenses are well under $700 per month. Transportation prices are extremely reasonable. City buses charge 25 cents, while taxis start at $1.50 and add another $1.37 per kilometer. However, buses offer an additional 50% discount for senior citizens and students. If you wish to travel to other cities, a bus ticket from Quito to Guayaquil, approximately 270 miles, costs around $10. Local airlines such as LATAM and TAME offer substantial discounts for senior citizens. The cost of living is substantially lower in Ecuador than in the US. There are some items you need to take into account. Ecuador is not an industrial country. Its main exports other than oil are bananas, roses, shrimp, and palm oil. There are some foreign manufacturers that have plants in the country such as Lay's, Coca-Cola, and Nestle, but the products are mainly for local consumption and the flavor may vary greatly from what you are accustomed. All imported items are subject to hefty tariffs, in some case doubling the price from their country of origin. Ecuador has an 11% sales tax on all purchases. Import tariffs can be as high as 45%, plus there is a value-added tax of 12%. Objects such as computers, televisions, automobiles, and cameras are all subject to these high duties. It is due to the high prices for imported items that they become the focus for thieves and robbers. Foreigners become the primary target because they are more likely to have the expensive objects. Pickpockets and purse snatchers loiter around congested areas, particularly those areas where newcomers congregate. They also linger on buses, hoping for an opportunity to grab something quickly and exit before they can be apprehended. It is wise to be vigilant when in and around tourist attractions to avoid being alleviated of your personal items. Avoid placing items on a chair while dining. Keep cameras and cell phones out of sight. Do not count money in public. Always stay in groups and take taxis rather than walking at night. Only once, when I first came to Ecuador, did I lose an item to a thief. However, I have many friends, both local and foreign visitors, that have been accosted by the seedier side of Ecuador. This country is no different than any other in the world, including the United States. Certain precautions should be taken to ensure one's safety and well-being. It should also be noted that thieves are not the only people who may wish to relieve you of your well-earned pension. There is something I often refer to as the blue eye tax. Many merchants, especially those in the service trade, will automatically inflate the cost of their goods or services once they realize you are a foreigner. To avoid being overcharged by unscrupulous vendors, I will often ask a local friend to check on the price for these services. Through bartering, they can often secure a lower price than what is normally charged. I hope I have made you a little bit more aware of what it is like to live in Ecuador. No move is without difficulty, especially when moving to a foreign country. To make a wise decision, you need to be aware of both the pros and the cons before you move. I could expound for hours on the benefits of living in Ecuador, but I can't say that it has all been without difficulty. The purpose of this and later videos is to inform you of both the benefits and the pitfalls of living in this beautiful country. I hope you have enjoyed this video and will come back to see more about what it is like to live in Ecuador. In my next few videos, I want to touch on other items that may be of interest or concern to those who wish to retire and move to Ecuador. I hope you have enjoyed this video and will come back to see other videos. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you have any questions or comments, please fill out your comments in the chat box, and I will be glad to answer any questions you might have about what it is like to live and some of the pitfalls of living in this country. Hope to see you again. You have a wonderful day, and God bless.